Good morning. He's struggling a little with a leak in that hose, and I think if he makes it a little longer and points it downward, it should solve his issue.
You can't make it shorter. Yeah, well, it's running good. So, here, up front. So, I think also, like, we're here to put some air in the tires. And just check out a few things here. Now, this is the big one. He's freed up the pedals. Nice. And then here's the throttle.
No, buddy.
And it springs back too. Nice. So, he got that all freed up and cleaned out all the junk that was in there. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So what's he got here for oil pressure? That all looks good. Just at an idle. Nice. I really like that. Oh, I almost stalled it. Okay, so there's a wire here, comes all the way up from a terminal on the generator. I've disconnected it, but it was going here on the back of the starter. This is ground, I believe. This is positive. This is the wiring diagram for the original positive ground system. So I'm trying to figure that out before we move ahead. And I'm doing it without a wiring schematic. So then I've got it running out of there and all the way to here. The wire running up to the generator was grounded, which can't be. You can't put a generator to ground. It says do not ground generator. So so that's probably what fried it. Okay, you guys, so I'm up here on the top, and this cable here is coming from the ground, and it says that's not supposed to be. Even on the generator itself, it says do not ground those two terminals anyway. So yeah, it says do not ground right there. We got what, field? Can't see what the other one is there. So we got field. I don't know what that is. That's probably 12 volt. This is going to ground. It says do not ground, and maybe it's just those two terminals. This here, I have no idea where that's going yet. It's going down the left side of the bus, the right side of the motor. What the hell did they do here is what I'm wondering. Well, any of you guys know, definitely chime in. So what we're gonna do is just air up tires for now, and I think both me and Saldanha are gonna have to think about it a little more, but I think there's definitely something crossed here, and I just, without knowing the whole deal as to why this goes to ground, you'd think that would be the output to the batteries, right? So something's crossed here, and I gotta look at those diagrams because he's got the old before they were converted over. We need a multimeter, which another thing I didn't bring.
Negativo,
Yeah.
ok? Já negativo.
Okay, you guys, so there's definitely something backwards here on the electrical, so we'll have to figure that out. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna pull out my compressor. I'm gonna try and get some air in some of these tires. So I brought my little compressor here. Gonna hook it up and do some airing up some tires. So we're putting air in the tires. The only thing is the valve stems are not 180 out like they're supposed to be. The other valve stem is actually right about there. So I don't think I can get any air on the inside without pulling this wheel off. So I think I might want to try that anyways and see if my impact is going to take it off. So anyways, I'm going to be here a long time airing up tires, so who wants to see that, right? So we're going to see if my old school leaky snap-on is going to get these off. So if anybody's never worked on a bus, look for the R. We stamped R for right-hand thread and left-hand thread. So on the other side of this bus, it'll be left-hand thread. So you got to turn right to get them loose. Okay, so looks like we have success. Yeah, looks like we can get them off with the old impact, so that's a good sign. So we're just here on the left side doing the air, and just so you know, look at the end of your studs, and they should have an L on them. Can you see there? It says L. So these are left-hand threads, so you actually got to turn right to loosen. Instead of righty-tighty, lefty-tighty. Oh, we're gonna give the old compressor, the little compressor, a rest. So while I'm down on the mainland, I'm gonna be looking for some new tires and wheels for them here. So if anybody knows what we're looking at here, I guess they're hub pilot, I believe. That would indicate hub piloted. And so, no, maybe not, stud piloted. So, but these have got the old school locking ring on them. Nice aluminum wheels, but they're pretty unsafe, old school. So we'll try to find something new. There's the cactuses that like to stick in our feet. So we're just gonna swap out this tire. This is a 22.5 to 24.5 on the inside. We're just gonna swap it out with this spare, because this thing is, the bead is broken off of it. We got all the studs loose except for one. I'm hoping it's not going to be stubborn. The capacity of the air compressor is kind of small, so we do have to wait between studs. So I asked him for some lube because this stud's being pretty stubborn, and he gives me move it. And this stuff, if you work on buses, this is the only stuff to use. This stuff, you can squirt it on the threads, and basically you can hit it with a torch and it works into the threads, not like any of the other degreasers where they will pretty much evaporate and burn away. This is really good stuff for getting stubborn bolts out. Ah, this one's pretty stubborn, I don't know. Oh, the inner one's spinning here. It was just over here, it was there. So I don't know, I'll just keep trying on it, but not looking too good. So unfortunately, my gun can't get this one off, so I'm going to put everything back on. I'll do up a couple just in case he wants to move it over the winter. And I'm coming back next weekend to torch that off. In the meantime, I'm going to go try and swap the other tires around so we can get air in them. Okay, you guys, we got the bus running.
because we're underneath it a little bit, tiny little bit, to get a jack under there so we can swap out at least get the orientation of the valve stems correct, so that in the future we can easily air them up if we need. It's been a struggle with this little compressor and my little 3/4 inch impact, but it's working. This tire is down to 40 psi and we had no way to air it up, so we took the outer one off, and yeah, just a little bit at a time. Next, so everything's time consuming. Like, it took 2 hours and a bit to get here, and then just, you know, working with a little compressor, and you know, we're out here in the great outdoors, working on this bus. What's this here? Brake spring. Okay, that can't be good. Oh, a brake spring. Okay, so we got this tire aired up. We're just going to 90 on these, even that's quite a bit for they're old. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the valve stem on the other tire opposite, 180 degrees. So basically the way it's sitting right now, it's the way that wheel has to go back on there. And then that way you can check and air up both tires without having to take them off. So just be aware of that. If you guys are working on your own bus, make sure you get your valve stems oriented correctly. So that one will be on the left and the inside one will be on the right. And that your holes all line up as well. So it's just about 11 o'clock. We took this right side tag tire off because it's finished, and we're good. So we're gonna put this tire back on now. This is the spare. We were supposed to put it on the other side, but we couldn't get a nut off. So the spare tire, I didn't notice it at first either, but it looks like it's hump piloted instead of stud piloted. The holes are too small anyway. So he doesn't have a spare for that wheel over there. Oh well, we'll put the other one back on, I guess. Okay, well, the tag wheel didn't work, so we're going to try the old bush fix of trying to get this bead to go on here. I don't know if it's gonna work or not.
Em Brasil, gasolina.
Oh! We'll do it again. Oh, it's, you know what? Big hole. So the tire's no good.
A hole in the tire?
Yeah, probably this right here. Top.
Oh.
So in my opinion, he needs at least 4 steel 24.5-inch stud piloted wheels and 2 new or decent steer tires.
No, not enough.
There's a bunch of missing, stripped, or damaged wheel nuts and studs, and I'm not sure the tires he has in the bus will even work. So I have no other choice but to put it back on. He has no other wheels or tires that fit. It's really hard not having the tools, the parts, or the time to do this properly. Well, at least we got air in most of the tires. Without knowing what Saldanha's tool situation and inventory is like, it makes it really difficult to really do anything. I'm a little upset with myself for not being more prepared on this visit. I also want to thank Valeria. She cooked us a really nice fish dinner, and we had a good time, and then it was time to go. There was a storm rolling in. I would like to thank them for their hospitality. We also need to make a new fuel return line still.
The compressor takes forever, but at least, you know, we only got those 2 tag tires to worry about, both outers, left and right, so no big deal. There's the compressor kicking in again for 10,000th time. It hasn't shut off since we got here.
Also, I did notice a broken brake spring on the right front there, so all the
Alright.
wheels and hubs are going to have to come off, and the bearings are going to have to be repacked and
Right.
inspected and replaced if
So he's
needed.
going to be here for a good 20 minutes. Just draining the water.
We also still need to make a new fuel return line.
Yeah.
It's
And
going
to
to
get
take
the
a lot
bucket
of time,
this
money, and work to get this thing rolling.
Rusty.
Não anti-freezer.
No.
Ixi, ó. Pô, tá malo.
Ah, it's okay. So yeah, we emptied it out because it's gonna freeze tonight. I got my tools, and I'm gonna have to wait for another week to come up here now. Wish I could be here every day, but I have other obligations too. So a little more progress here on Saldanha's bus. So I'm gonna look for some aluminum tires, check out the wiring schematics, and yeah, bring the torches and the compressor next time I come up. We'll get that wheel stud off. Just a little bit at a time. It's not easy up here. We're in the middle of nowhere. It takes 2 hours to get here and 2 hours to get home. So now we're driving home in a snowstorm now. That'll probably be the last time we make it up the Spence's Bridge here for the year. We'll see. Here's the snow. Where the heck are we? We're 31 kilometers outside of Yale. Alexandra Bridge, the new one. Winter's here.